Hi everyone, welcome to another video in the series Python for Beginners, and today's tutorial is going to be about while loops. And again, a prerequisite for this video will be to watch the conditions video, and I'll display that in the video on the screen right now. So let's start in PyCharm. Let's create a variable, a list. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, and the syntax for while starts with while and then the condition. So let's say I is less than length of x, and let's start I from 0. Yep. Print x I. So what we have here is the while syntax, while, and then the condition. The condition here is I is less than the length of x, and then the code inside the while. So the code inside the while will keep executing until the condition becomes false. So if the condition is false from the beginning, it will never execute. And in this case, we can see I is 0 and the length of x is 4. So 0 is less than 4. So this is true. And then the while loop will keep executing the code inside the while until the condition becomes false. I equals I plus 1. So this I equals I plus 1 is introduced so that this condition becomes false at some point. So let's quickly print this. And we can see here, for the very first iteration, it is printing 1. So 0 goes inside, and the 0th element of x is 1. So 1 is being printed out. For the next iteration, you can see here I equals I plus 1. I now becomes 1, and then we go again here into the condition. So 1 is less than 4, and we print out the first element, first indices of x, which is 2, and then we increment again. So I becomes 2. 2 is still less than 4. We print out the second indices of x, which is 0, 1, 2, 3, and I increases again to 3 now. 3 is less than 4. The third indices of x is 4. So the third indices 0, 1, 2, 3. We finally increment I again. So I will become 4 now. 4 is not less than 4. And then now we exit this while loop. So let's introduce some more complexity into this. Let's say we want to exit the while loop if we find the string frogs, or frog. So how do we do that? We can introduce another Boolean variable, and let's call it has frog, and let's initialize it with the false boolean. And in the condition of the while loop, let's extend it to and not has frog. So inside the while, we can do if the ith indices of x contains frog, then we can do has frog equals true. So the condition here, the while loop will keep running until I is still less than the length of x, and if it has not found the frog. So if we find the frog string in one of the indices of x, then what we do is we do has frog equals true. So when we do that, what happens in the condition is the first condition of and will still be true, but then not has frog will become false, because when we find the string frog, has frog will become true and not has frog will become false. And in that case, we will exit the while loop and then keep continuing on with the rest of the code. So let's quickly print out found frog element in x, and this will be inside the if statement, just so we know that has frog becomes true at some point. If we print this, if we play this, what we see is that we go to the first iteration, 1, so we print out 1 here, and then I equals I plus 1, and we go to the next element, and now we have frog, and then it'll go into this if statement. We first print out the element frog here, and then we go into the if statement, and then this condition will become true. Has frog will become true, and then we print out found frog element in x, and then I will become I equals I plus 1, and then in this condition will then become false, because as I said, has frog will become true, and then not has frog will become false, and any side of the and truth table, if it becomes false, the whole thing becomes false. And as we can see here, we know that the while loop doesn't execute more, because in the prints here we end off with found frog element in x, so we don't print out 3 and 4. So that's a way of using the while loop to stop repeating code if whenever a condition is met. This can become, let's introduce the concept of infinite loops. And an infinite loop is when the loop is always true, and so we never exit out of the loop. So let's say we have while true, and we print out let's say we print out hello. If we run this code, we can see here it keeps on printing hello however many times, and this is called an infinite loop. And to stop this, we could just press the stop main here. And this is a common mistake for new programmers. While true, and then this keeps infinitely running. And yep, that's the concept for while loop. That's the syntax. Hopefully that helps. Please subscribe to the channel. Give it a like if this helped in any way. And yeah, I'll be making more content for Python, and the next video will be about maybe about complexity or something like that. Let's see. Yeah, thanks for watching.